A diver suddenly realizes his path home has been sealed shut, and his oxygen is screaming red. One man goes to find an escape. When he returns, his partner has vanished into the void. It would take 20 years for the truth to surface, a truth that initially pointed toward a betrayal by a teammate on the surface, only to lead to a far more chilling conclusion. This is the tragic, haunting story of the accident at Sherlock Springs. The gateway to the deep Sherlock Springs, also known as Indian Springs, sits on private land in Florida. Renowned as one of the premier cave diving spots in North America, its surface is a deceptively calm pool, 50 meters across. But beneath the water lies a gauntlet. To reach the heart of the cave, divers must navigate the scars, a passage so claustrophobic, it is said that nearly every diver who passes through leaves a piece of their skin behind on the jagged rock. Beyond the scar, the world opens into Ocala Hall, a massive level expanse as wide as a railway tunnel. On the right-hand side is the Grand Canyon, and below, October 17th, 1991. The expedition. On this day, a team of elite divers from the WKPP, Woodville Cast Plane Project, arrived to push further into the unknown. They operated with military precision, splitting 8 divers into 4 groups. Group 1 provided surface support for Group 2. Group 3 was responsible for staging decompression tanks at key intervals. Group 4, consisting of Bill and Parker, was the tip of the spear, tasked with the deepest exploration. The plan was a grueling 2-kilometer round trip through the Grand Canyon branch, going up to the T section, then backtrack to the surface. The trip was expected to take 2 hours. At 10 a.m., Bill and Parker submerged. They started reaching the depth of 20 meters and successfully passed the scars area. They moved like astronauts through the majestic Ocala Hall, feeling as though they were floating in the vacuum of outer space. After 40 minutes, they successfully reached the Grand Canyon and proceeded to explore even further down below, where human hasn't been to. 60 minutes in, they reached their turnaround point. But the cave had changed. The water turned into a thick, milky soup. Visibility dropped to a mere 30 centimeters. They weren't panicked yet. They had the guideline: go past the scars and everything will be okay. But as they swam toward the exit, the line suddenly vanished into a massive wall of silt and rock. The ceiling had collapsed. Bill's heart hammered in his chest. Telling Parker to wait, Bill swam back for 5 minutes to double-check their position. He confirmed they were on the right path. This was the only way out. But when he returned to the cave-in, Parker was gone. In just 5 minutes, his partner had disappeared. Desperate, Bill noticed a faint current rippling through a tiny, narrow gap in the debris, a sign that someone had just forced their way through. With his own air almost gone, Bill squeezed into the suffocating crevice. A bitter survival Bill clawed through 2 meters of unstable silt that felt like an eternity. He broke through to the other side and found a spare tank clipped to the line. It was Parker's. Bill was now breathing on empty. He held his breath, fueled by pure adrenaline, until he reached the stage decompression tanks at 30 meters. That's when the horror set in. Parker's decompression tank was still there, untouched. Bill realized the spare tank he'd seen earlier wasn't a backup. Parker had abandoned it. Worst case scenario, Parker was gone. When George, another diver, finally reached him, Bill scribbled a haunting message on his dive slate. Parker is gone. The 20-year mystery search teams found Parker the next morning. He was discovered near the ceiling, just 10 meters from the surface. He had stripped off his gear, hoping the buoyancy of his suit would carry him to the air. For 2 decades, the cause of the sudden collapse remained a mystery, with some even whispering of foul play. Finally, a physics professor uncovered the truth: the bubble effect. As the support teams exhaled at 20 meters, their air bubbles trapped against the limestone ceiling. Like a hydraulic jack, the accumulated air exerted massive upward pressure on the rocks. When the divers left, the pressure shifted, and the unsupported limestone came crashing down, creating a big pile of debris blocking the only way out. While Parker was finding his way out, his oxygen bottle ran out. He had no choice but to dig his way through the debris in front of him. The backup oxygen bottle was there, but it was too late. The final sacrifice. The investigation revealed a heartbreaking detail. Parker's air had run out first. Realizing they were entombed, he used his final moments of strength to dig a path through the suffocating silt. He died just meters away from safety, but the tunnel he dug with his bare hands became the only reason Bill made it out alive. The autopsy and dive computers confirmed it. This was a black swan event, a rare, catastrophic convergence of physics and nature. It is a reminder that in the world of cave diving, danger doesn't always come from the abyss below. Sometimes, it comes from a single breath. The underwater world is beautiful, but some doors, once opened, can only be closed with a life.